At night, the surface of the Yangon River is dark and dangerously fast. But beneath it, a highly organized salvage team is working, around the clock, searching the murky depths for a massive piece of sunken treasure. They are operating on a very specific set of intelligence. According to local monks, a supernatural entity visits the riverbank every evening at exactly 8 o'clock, possesses a human host, and directs the divers toward the sunken target. The object of this ghost-met hunt is the mythical Dhammazedi bell. At an estimated 300 tons, it is rumored to be the largest bell ever cast in human history. It hasn't been seen since 1608. That was the year a Portuguese merchant decided to steal the bell from its hilltop shrine, intending to melt the bronze down and forge cannons for his ships. The heist was a logistical failure. You cannot simply float 300 tons of solid bronze on a wooden raft. The immense weight slapped the transport vessel in half, sending the bell straight to the bottom of the river. Today, that 400-year-old nautical disaster has spawned a multi-million-dollar obsession, and the entire modern operation is being driven by myth, folklore, and supernatural guidance. A few weeks ago, expedition leader San Lin and his modern dive team made a bold public declaration. After asking permission from local saints and spirits, they had definitively located the Dhammazedi bell. They didn't find it using modern sonar or scientific dredging. In fact, San Lin explicitly refuses to use modern technology, relying entirely on traditional spiritual methods and deep mental concentration to locate the target. There is a catch. Despite declaring victory, the team has not produced a single photograph or physical piece of evidence. The divers are operating almost blind in the water, and even the team's own press-to-may admits they can't actually confirm what the divers are touching. Yet wealthy businessmen and high-ranking politicians are pouring millions of kyat into the project. To understand why an entire nation is blindly funding a ghost-led treasure hunt with zero proof, we have to trace the bell back to where it came from. This is the Shwedagon Pagoda. It is the architectural and spiritual epicenter of Yangon and the original home of the stolen bell. The structure itself is a 326-foot solid masonry spire. It was built without a single ounce of iron reinforcement or modern cement, specifically engineered to taper to the sky and withstand centuries of earthquakes and storms. According to legend, it was constructed 2,600 years ago by a local king for a single purpose: to serve as an impenetrable vault for 8 strands of the Buddha's hair. Over the centuries, successive rulers expanded it, gilded it, and poured their wealth into its walls. Shwedagon serves as a central spiritual anchor, whose cultural gravity dictates reality for millions of people. The pagoda operates as an active, living ecosystem of belief. The physical architecture is deliberately built to facilitate magic. The grounds contain what locals call the 9 Wonders, a series of statues designed to grant wishes. One of them, the live Mercury Buddha, supposedly houses a philosopher's stone inside its head, which worshippers believe actively alters the physical shape of the brass. Scattered around the complex are planetary astrology posts based on an 8-day week. Worshippers visit specific posts based on the day they were born to alter their luck and rewrite their fate. Magic here is institutionalized into the daily routine of the city. So, when San Lin and his team announce they will use bamboo rafts and spiritual concentration to raise a 300-ton bell from the bottom of the Yangon River, they are operating perfectly within the accepted worldview of the pagoda. The belief is so strong that it creates its own economy. Local boatmen are currently tripling their daily income simply by ferrying eager onlookers out to the river, desperately trying to catch a glimpse of the dragons said to be guarding the salvage site. The search team's rejection of modern science is a direct, logical extension of the Shwedagon Pagoda's deeply rooted ecosystem. If the pagoda can alter reality, then so can the monks on the riverbank. Ultimately, the search team's own news committee has admitted they cannot confirm a single thing. The divers are swimming in the dark, touching rocks and mud, hoping one of them feels like a bell. But If you walk behind the Dhammazedi shrine at the pagoda, you will find an empty plot of land. This is the exact physical void where the bell sat for decades before it was stolen. Finding the bronze would seal a 400-year-old gap in the pagoda's sacred geometry. The Dhammazedi bell has transcended its physical form. For the millions of people tracking this search, it represents a missing piece of Myanmar's national soul. This intense public obsession is happening against the backdrop of modern Myanmar's highly chaotic transition from military dictatorship to a multi-party democracy. Detractors look at this heavily funded ghost hunt and see a calculated political distraction. They see money and attention being diverted away from upcoming elections and deep societal instability, channeled instead into a river. But traditionalists look at the exact same hunt and see an act of vital cultural restoration. To them, securing the bell means securing the country's heritage during a time of extreme national anxiety. Whether the divers ever actually bring a massive 300-ton piece of bronze to the surface almost doesn't matter. The frantic, magic-fueled search proves that in times of radical and terrifying change, Myanmar still clings to the myths of the Shwedagon Pagoda as its one unbreakable anchor.